Okay, so you're looking into buying a home in 2025, but here's a question for you. Do you know the steps to San Antonio home ownership? In this video, we'll provide a step-by-step guide for first-time homeowners here in San Antonio, covering financial readiness, mortgage pre-approval, defined home criteria, partnering with a real estate agent, house hunting, making an offer, home inspections, appraisals, closing, and of course, closing on your home. It is important to ask these questions when you're looking into a home. The affordability, how much can I afford? The home buying process, what are your financial options? And of course, the home itself, price, location, condition, including an associated cost. One of the things, the first step that you need to do is assess your financial readiness. By this, we mean check your credit score and your budget. Of course, there's certain times that there's hiccups along the way that you think, okay, I can qualify for a home because I have all these monthly obligations, but you don't take into account your FICO score or your credit worthiness. So best practice is to get pre-approved with the lender to be absolutely sure we don't have any skeletons or hiccups along the way, and also the budgeting. There's certain times, especially with right now the interest rates, that you don't really assess what a monthly payment's going to be. Of course, you can afford your rent, but is the lender going to be able to secure a loan for you? Best example that I can give you, I've been doing this pretty much forever, 20 plus years, but I did have someone that had a very prestigious profession, and for 6 months is that I asked her, okay, let's get you pre-approved with the lender to be absolutely sure, and her response was always, insert profession here. I'm not concerned. And then, of course, pretty much it was Groundhog's Day from there on for 6 months. When she was finally ready to secure a loan, she did not qualify. Income was there, but she didn't take into account her monthly obligations, student loans. And that's when she needed to go back, reassess her budget, make arrangements with the student loans, and unfortunately, after that, she was a little bit too embarrassed to move forward with me. Of course, like I mentioned before, don't skip the pre-approval because we need to know your budget. By knowing your budget is the monthly obligations that you have. It's easy to have an eight, seven, $600 perfect in the perfect world, $100 car payment. But one of the things is when it comes to a home, there's of course the principal. There's also going to be taxes, and then of course the insurance for the home. So just take it into the account to be absolutely sure that your income or your DTI or debt to income matches what you qualify for a monthly obligation. Also, this helps you from knowing how much you can qualify for, so that million, 2 million, $8 trillion home, it might be a little bit out of your budget. So anything within 300, 400, 500, that might be within the price range that you feel that you qualify for. Also, there are certain times that you qualify for X amount, $1 trillion, but do you feel comfortable with the monthly payment that's associated with that? Also, define your home criteria. Know your must have and nice to have. There are certain times, a four-bedroom count when you have four children, a three-bedroom when you have two children. Uh, everything depends on to your personal preference. So make a list. Put the I can't talk anymore. Plus and minuses on what you're looking into. Write it down, because if you actually think about it, it takes you longer to be able to process it. But once you write it down, you start narrowing down what's very, very, very important for you: corners, cul-de-sacs, green belts, privacy. Of course, safety, not being in a main drag. So take everything into consideration. Also, taking into account location of the home. Is it in a main drag? Once in a while, you back up to a main street that you might have accidents, heaven forbid, in the future. Also, research location and does it fit your lifestyle? There's certain times I did have someone that worked at Fort Sam, but they purchased in the far, far west side. And of course, in the beginning, of course, the city's growing. They didn't take into account the traffic. Location was not the ideal situation for them. So of course, it's now taking them 40 plus minutes to go to the Fort Sam to the far west side or home. So just imagine that as a daily commute, an hour and 30 minutes missed on traffic, or heaven forbid, 2 hours. Take that into consideration. Also, by location, we meet corners, cul-de-sacs, and green belts, and know the benefits and disadvantages of both, or of all of them. Of course, with corners, you do have the benefit of not having any neighbors to the side. But did you consider the traffic flow that goes through there? Are you going to be comfortable with that? If you're in the top of the T, right next to the stop sign, the 24/7, 365 days of people stopping by your home, turning right or turning left, and just imagine the front bedroom. I'll say also or find a real estate agent. Know your agents, interview them. Years in the business does not that's truly mean or fully define their experience level. 20 years, one home. But if you have an agent that has production or has experience and seen a lot of things, that might be the better agent for you. Also, find the right lender. All lenders are not created equally. There are certain lenders that there's lack of communications. There's other lenders that might be too much communication. So take that into consideration. And also, it's also not the lender, but the processors. Do they have a system? Do they have a conveyor belt that makes the transaction go smoothly? Does the lender take responsibility? Or if there's, heaven forbid, any delays in the process? Also, when you start house hunting, search online to see if they meet your wants and your needs. Also, there's virtual tours that's located in the home. So just click on it, or if not, ask the agent for a virtual tour. Heaven forbid you can't make it. And stay organized. After a while, all homes are going to start looking the same. So, of course, if there's a home that you accidentally confused with another one, and then you walk in and you get disappointed, so best practice is to write it down and notate if the home meets your criteria and take a picture of the home, or the price practice is the address so you won't misplace it. Also, uh, when you're making an offer, know the market. Ask your agent for comparables, comparative market analysis to see is what you're offering is truly reflecting what the market is accepting. Once in a while, you see a home that comes to the market and submit a little bit too aggressive as far as the offer goes. You know, not knowing the market. But if the homes in that particular community are moving pretty fast, you might have missed out on your dream home. So just be aware of that. And also negotiate. You can negotiate price and repairs. In the perfect world, it'd be both. In the real world, there might be one and a compromise on the other one. Also, home inspections are crucial. Be sure that you inspect the home so you won't find any unpleasant experiences or unexpected surprises with the home. Of course, the four main components are always going to be foundation, roof, water heater, and AC. Focus on those four and you should be good, but just lean on the inspector just to be absolutely sure there's not any hidden concerns that you're not aware of. Also, when you're closing on the home, uh, you're almost to the finish line, but just be fully aware that it's best practice. Actually, it's a non-negotiable that you need to tour the home before or sign off on the home before you close it. There are certain times that it's kind of difficult leaving work early, so you can do the final walkthrough that might take 5, 10 minutes, maybe at the most. But best practice is to check the home just to be absolutely sure there's not any concerns that developed from when you did your inspection onto where you're closing on your home. And then also another thing that's important is, of course, your closing costs. Be prepared for the closing costs, and heaven forbid you've spent them. Heaven forbid you spent them. But just make sure, what is the title company asking for? Are they asking for a wire so they can release keys after it funds, or is a cashier's check what they're looking into? Most of the time, personal checks have a certain limit. So check with the title company just to be absolutely sure you're taking the right uh, funds on there. And especially also your IDs. Never forget your driver's license. In certain cases, title might ask you for a second form of ID. And of course, sign. And I know this sounds silly, but signing the paperwork and make preparations to sign for the paperwork. There are certain times. Best practice is to sign at the title company, so you have any questions, the escrow officer can answer any of the questions that you might have. But heaven forbid you're either out of the city or you can't leave work for whatever reason, a mobile notary might be another option. But keep in mind, that's probably best practice is to go to the title company so they can answer your questions then and there. Also, just to give you a little bit more information about us, Rosa and I have been in the industry for more than 15 years. At least with me, 15 years with a new home build. Rosa is a Hall of Famer since she's been doing this for quite some time. And then, of course, we've proudly served the San Antonio community, and we have a deep knowledge of the industry and dedicated to helping families like yourself to build for either from the ground up or searching for homes or for your dream homes. Rosa and I are your trusted real estate experts to help you purchase or buy or sell your new home. Also, one of the things that I'm not sure, here's this weird question for you. I'm not sure if you've noticed, but when you bought your first car, did you notice that everyone was driving your same car? I'm not sure. Kind of weird, isn't it? Well, there's something in your brain that becomes hyper aware of all things real estate. That's what you're watching on this video. So, if you found this video informative, and you have friends, family, or your next door neighbor's second cousin related to Maria, and they ask one of these two questions, I've always wondered what my home is worth, or I've always wanted to purchase a home, but I don't know where to start. Give them our name, give them our name so we can give them the same level of informative service that we provided you. Deal? Also, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. And as always, are you ready to make a move? Send me a DM. Thank you. Bye.